say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, thick like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Oh, edge control on bathroom sink. Freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade. Dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these ties. 3.
Yeah, we on. Pop a Cork, set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood, still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spill tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secrets, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder.
Slow pour, let it rise. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm enough. Big bag, big piece too. Pray first and make move. I'm blessed. Self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen.
Champagne secret, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, a lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, move right. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, move right. Perfect, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spill.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly needed, and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
Silk on my skin.
You can't handle the truth.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Yeah, old school.
Hey, we ain't ready to go there yet, but I'm ready to open some windows. Are y'all ready to open some windows? Y'all ready to get into the story, to get into the show? I see y'all pulling up. Pull on up, Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions and bubbly banter. Baby, over here we give classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, then grab your glass of your favorite bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. Make sure you have your charger, because this gonna be a long one. Make sure you're nice and comfy, fellas, your PJs, girlies, your jammy jams. Kick your feet up on one of those Chase lounges. Say hi to a few people in the chat because we friendly over here. And I know this story done got a little bit messy, but we not messy over here. So please behave accordingly in the city. And if you ready, raise those glasses high because you already know first things first, it's time for our positivity and affirmations. If you're not ready to be affirmed, please step out, exit left, give us about 2 minutes, and you can come on back in. We ain't gonna trip. Y'all ready? Today we're talking about you're a vibe on ice. Tonight, we not doing basic. No. You're not warm, easy to reach energy anymore. You're not pouring yourself into spaces that barely deserve a glance. No, you stepped into something a little more refined. You are a vibe on ice, chilled, polished, with just enough distance to keep your magic exclusive. This ain't cold, baby, this is curated. You learned how to feel without folding under pressure. You learned how to care without chasing behind confusion. That's not a phase. That's elevation settling into your bones. You are a vibe on ice. You don't react, you peep first. You don't rush, you arrive when it's worth it. And if it doesn't align, baby, you don't argue. You adjust and let it miss you. Because your energy Oh, it comes with standards now. Velvet rope energy, invitation only. You're a vibe on ice. Cool enough to keep your composure when things try to get messy. Solid enough to stand tall without explaining yourself into exhaustion. And tonight, no overgiving your sparkle to dull spaces. No overthinking things that can't even meet you at your level. No shrinking just to keep something that can't even hold your full glow. Let it fall away if it can't carry you properly. And watch how your peace settles back on you like silk. Now say it with me, glasses high. I don't chase confusion. I let clarity come correct to me. I don't fold under pressure. I stay poised and powerful. I don't lose myself trying to keep anything. I am the standard I move by. I am the vibe, smooth, selective, and effortlessly in control. And tonight, I'm a whole vibe on ice, sparkling, steady. And baby, I don't melt. I shine under pressure. And if you feel that deep down, testing 1, 2. Y'all can't hear me? Did y'all just miss that whole affirmation? Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? Drop some champagne glasses in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Nisi says she couldn't hear me. Can everybody hear me? Okay, Progressive said I am the vibe. So, okay, I think y'all can hear me. So if you feeling that deep down on your innermost parts, baby, let's toast. And for those of you who don't like a little positivity and you got your heart and your soul set on being foolish, this right here, this buzz for you.
Yeah, whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out that troll. Troll buses on patrol. Hey, hey, hey. Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to little mole that troll. Live in my crib, little bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, little old stain troll. Bridge so high, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, 1 bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Saying fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish filter, can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Wait. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click, clack, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, miles grown troll. Lil' dust, might all brand troll. Fry or hair, little egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap at troll. You a bad C, no roll troll. Big talk, 0 gold troll. DM tough in the street, so cold. See this live, now your spine made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, patrol, that's bro. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, log off, troll. Log off, home, go, home, troll. Whole room, yeah, grab, troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Slam down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click, clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole Chad, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Trovers is on patrol, troll patrol. Yo, big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
I just needed to make sure we understood the assignment because we don't have any time for any trolls. We need to get justice for Tyrone Davis. Somebody put justice for Dro in the chat. We got to get into it. Y'all already know in the Champagne City, we started talking about Dro a while ago. Y'all know I don't do drama and I don't do trash. So when the story got messy, I backed away from it because, as I always say, when the story gets messy and you cover it, it starts bringing in messy people. And I ain't got time to be doing exterminations. Look, I'm trying to give you the story. So let's get into it. Because the story has gotten so messy, the first thing that I said, we need to go all the way back to the beginning. Because a lot of times what happens is when you start putting your emotions and your feelings and who said and what and adding this person in it and so-called friends coming out of the woodwork and past friends jumping up as new friends and old friends advocating for old friends, and now everything is construed because nobody knows what to believe. So I said, you know what? Let us take it all the way back to the beginning. So we're going to go back to day one, to the beginning. And y'all know how I do. And if you don't know, welcome to the Champagne City. Or you gonna see, we're gonna take it back and go through a deep dive. We're gonna deal with the facts. We may eventually get into some of the mess and the speculation because some of it is important. Some of it is really just unnecessary drama going on that's taking information away from Dro, right? So we're gonna go back to the beginning. Are y'all ready? Before we do that, can somebody
let me tell you something? Y'all know when I get it?
With Beyonce mama in Houston and this doggone gumbo. Can somebody please let me know?
Let me tell you something. Y'all know when I get to Houston to the H with that goddamn income tax money and that goddamn mushroom tip, got the mushroom tip all night. But you ain't no wheels. You done came back home with that shit. It's being reported that over 42,000 people have been affected with some serious STD.
Yeah, before we get to that, so y'all went down to the spring break in Houston, and all of a sudden y'all came back with the ST and the D like all together. Y'all came back with simplexes and suplexes and souffles of diseases because y'all couldn't keep your peckers and your putty tats tamed. Really? So this got to happen every year. So look, how do y'all date in 2026? That's what I need to do a show on because I need to know, how are the single people and those who may be entangled? You really don't have a relationship, but you don't not have a relationship. How are y'all dating in 2026? I'm trying to understand because there's too many diseases running around for me. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know. Y'all can go check that out. But can somebody please tell me what's going on with Beyonce's gumbo from her mama? They said she, poisoning the people and putting roots on the people down in Louisiana. You think she trying to root the people into liking her daughter again and forgetting what they say Jay-Z did? You think that's what it is? Give me the details. I ain't looked it up yet. But I need y'all to check this. All y'all that's trying to fly and run overseas and to different states and have fun with drugs on you, watch this. progressive musical genitals is actually kind of diabolical. But literally, that's what they do. You get some, you get some, you get some. They passing diseases and talking about it like they talking about the newest party drug is a STD. Y'all ain't scared of them yet? I'm just confused. First of all, this agent do this. Y'all don't ever want to see her in the United States at an airport in TSA, because she do this. She know where to look for the stuff, honey. Oh, damn. How much time do y'all think she getting? First of all, somebody tried real hard. That's all I want to say. Somebody tried to conceal the drugs and the money. Whoever this woman is needs to do a class all over for finding the drugs. Matter of fact, y'all need to go and let her be the first immigrant y'all gonna bring on in. Yep. Go find her, because she know where it's all at. All right, y'all, let's get into the show. Change the background. So, y'all, listen, this story right here, and I have to say, this is one of the most tragic stories I have ever heard of. Not only tragic, but it's also one of the most confusing stories I have ever heard. And the reason why it's so confusing is because, number one, you don't have a whole lot of news coverage on it. And one of the things that concerns me is when you don't have a lot of news coverage on something, what are they trying to hide? Or what information don't they have? Or who's not cooperating so that they have something to cover, right? I want us to go back to make sure y'all had a little music. Let us go back. So, December 25, right? There was a cabin trip. They went on the cabin trip together. Something happened during or after the stay. These are the facts. There are reports of an argument. Remember, Lulu ain't came out and said nothing herself. Everybody is talking for her. And I really believe she's doing that strategically, because as long as she doesn't speak, she doesn't have anything to be held accountable for. Everybody else is speaking. As long as everybody else is speaking, you're actually keeping her in the clear. Right? So, reports of an argument. Events become unclear from this point forward. Now, this is the major mystery gap. This is the first one, right? Because we got to understand what went wrong from the time everything was going so perfectly to the point we now have Tyrone on the ground and he's unresponsive or he's fighting for his life, right? Let's go to the video from the trip.
I love you.
I love you too.
Man, I love you. You my everything.
Oh my God. Now, if y'all have been following me from the beginning, then one of the things that you remember me saying is, I'm not telling you that Lulu does not love Dro. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is, in my opinion, I do not believe Lulu is in love with Dro. I don't know if you guys are not Criminal Minds, Scandal. So, if you remember the first episode of Scandal, not the first, was it the second? A guy comes to Olivia Pope and they think he's murdered his girlfriend, right? Whole time while he's talking and they're talking to him, he keeps saying, she's my best friend. I love her. She's my best friend. I would never hurt her. So it ends up coming out down the line that this military guy is actually gay. So really the proof that he has that he didn't murder her was the fact that he was with his lover. But in order to cover, he used this relationship with her, right? In my opinion, Lulu is not in love with Dro, but somehow he fits a need for her. Doesn't mean that she wants bad things to happen. Doesn't mean that she wishes ill will. Doesn't mean any of that. But that means in this moment, no, from the response that she's giving him on this trip, he's excited. You can hear it in his voice. He's excited to show her that he loves her and he's done all this for her. And her response to him is what? Let's go back so you can hear it.
I love you,
I love you.
You did so good. Now, let's go back, right? Ladies, now we gonna put your personal feelings to the side. We dealing with facts. Now we're gonna step into human relationship, right? Because some of this stuff that we talking about in this case don't even matter. It don't even matter. Human relationship. Ladies, when you are in love with a man, right? Let's take it back primal. When you are in love with a man and your man has gone out of his way to plan a beautiful romantic cabin trip to let you know that he loves you, what's your response gonna be? Is it gonna be, oh, you did so good? Is that gonna be your response? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk. Let's go back primal. We not dealing with the crime right now. We're at the beginning. We ain't even made it to the crime. We're dealing with behavior, right? Remember, in order for there to be a case, and a lot of this is what we miss with this case, right? In order for there to be a case, there has to be two things. An act that is criminal and an intent that is also criminal, right? Before we can get to the act, because the act hasn't even happened yet, we got to see if there was ever an intent at the beginning. What does it look like at the beginning? Go back, grassroots. Put everything else aside. Go back to the beginning. What did you miss? Even detectives, when detectives are looking at a case, if the case has gotten too far out of hand and everything is all over the place and all of that, do you know what they do? They stop and they go back to the beginning. They throw everything away and say, let's come back to the table and look at it with a fresh set of eyes. Lil Peasy 13 said, tears, crying, hugging, kissing. Baby, we headed to the cabin. We gonna talk about it or what? Or what? Or what? I pull up and I see my man done went over, beyond, and through for me. Yeah, okay. Camera off. We ain't even got time for this. We can handle that later. Cabin time. Inside. Yep. Or we gonna do it outside. It don't even matter. Because at this point, all of this right here belong to us. What we doing? What are we doing? Matter of fact, you ain't even got to do nothing. You stand there. I got this one, baby. Stand still. Stand still. Tell mama how you want it. What do you mean? Oh, you did so good. Wasn't a kiss. Wasn't a hug. She didn't go close. Nothing. So now, all of the people who are telling people in comments, Lulu was in love with him, prove it. Love is an action word. Oh, we gonna get into that later. Let's keep going.
I love you too.
Man, I love you. You my everything.
Oh my God.
Do you hear the difference in his voice? Then you hear in her voice. Her voice sounds really mechanical, robotic, and orchestrated. His voice, you remember the other day we were talking about authenticity, right? Right now we're dealing strictly with authenticity. We're dealing with strict human relationship, right? Do they sound alike to you? Do they both sound like they have the same amount of enthusiasm about this moment? And this is not saying that I think she murdered him. Red rum, whatever. I'm so sick of YouTube. That's not saying from right here that I'm saying she's guilty. What I'm saying is we're back at the beginning before that happened. So we're looking at behavior, right?
God, I love you, Lou.
Yes, I can close the door.
I love you, Lou.
Take your time. Say I love you. You my everything.
Thank you so much. Give me a kiss.
I love you too.
You're so perfect.
It gets better.
Yo, a pet. Girl, please. Please. Girl, I almost started singing a song, but I don't know if it's appropriate for YouTube. What do you, all that's, ain't nobody around. Ain't no, you, baby, throw something down on the ground. Let's become one with nature. Don't play with me. See, y'all don't know how to keep y'all men and women. That's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all done got stuffy and all you know how to do is chase a bag. That's it. That's it. Y'all don't even know how to tell when your significant other still got that flame or not for you. That, Lord Jesus. How did he plan all this for her? And this was the response.
Your punishment.
Now, can someone tell me, now I almost forgot about that portion, and it's not even included, but I just heard it and remembered it. What was she on punishment for? I don't think that's been addressed at all. What was she on punishment for? What did she do that had her on punishment? Somebody drop in the comments and let me know. Has anyone addressed or said what she did that she was on punishment for? And she was finally being able to come outside. What happened? Because there's a lot of conversations that were had that are not being discussed, which are kind of relevant in order for you to understand how all of this kicked off. One of them just may be why she was or was not allegedly on punishment.
I love you.
I love you too.
Man, I love you. You my everything.
All right, now. Oh, wait. Yep, I missed some. Hold on.
Dro and Lou, holla what they do. I got you, Lou. Swear I do. Okay. Don't worry about a damn thing. I got you, baby. Christmas 2025, we live.
I need y'all to pay attention to the tone. See, I'm going to teach y'all something. Y'all need to listen. It's more than just words that people say. See, some of y'all fall for words. It's not just in the words, it's in the tone. Y'all need to learn how to listen to what's not being said. You got to learn how to listen to the heart and the emotion of what's actually being said when it's being spoken, so that you can know when somebody playing in your face and when they being real. So you can tell when somebody is looking at you saying, yeah, baby, I want you. Yeah, I want you. And when somebody is looking at you and telling you, yeah, no, I want you. Same words, but there's a difference. But if you're not listening to the tone, you're going to miss it. Do you hear his tone? In everything that he's saying, you can tell from his tone. He loves this girl. It's not an infatuation. It's not a right now or this and that, I want to hit it and quit it thing. You know how someone is talking when they have someone in their life that is just a, that's just my thing on the side. But, it ain't real though. You know. I want you to pay attention to how he speaks about her and how she speaks about him.
Nice. So much on me. That's why. I ain't gonna never not date you.
Absolutely, Lil Peasy, 13. Absolutely. The way he said, I got you, baby. And he said it without her even being there. See, it ain't all about the bigness of everything. This man created this whole thing for this woman with boxes with bows on it. See, and y'all still chasing them gold diggers. This man took red sticky notes and created I love you on a cabin. See, it's really not in the big things, it's in the small things. But y'all done let society tell y'all that y'all relationship got to be big to matter. It's got to be extravagant. That's why all these big extravagant folk is broke now, stealing, getting caught on camera, stealing clothes and food while they been parading around in front of y'all on TV trying to make y'all think that they living with the Joneses and they are the epitome of who the Joneses look up to. Meanwhile, they getting caught on body cams because it's all fake. But y'all letting go of people and doing people wrong that's doing stuff from their heart. It takes heart to do this. Because this takes time, it takes energy, it takes planning. Anybody can go in their pocket, go in their wallet, and hand you $1,000. Anybody can do that. $1,000 does not say I love you. It don't. And I hear somebody, but it can buy me the pillow that I can lay on, but at night, I hear y'all. That's why this generation and this world is lost right now. That's why we even have a situation like this going on right now that we're even discussing. Y'all priorities is all out of whack. Y'all get in relationships for the wrong reason. Y'all get in relationships and you see dollar signs and numbers. It's not about you pushing them to their next level. It's not about them pushing you to your next level. It's not about attaining or building a legacy. No, it's about who can we stun on when we step outside the house. That's it. That's it. It's about possession and obsession. Because y'all not in love with each other. Y'all are just obsessed. And obsession is deadly. Find you somebody who's willing to put the time in to do something that somebody else ain't even thought of.
If you don't know by now, I'm going to tell you anyways. Today's finna roll the dice. Roll the dice today. Why you crying? You don't even know what's going on. Merry Christmas, baby. We're gonna make this one here intentional. So, love you, baby. Shit ain't like me no more. It ain't like me no more. It don't like me no more. Out the way, but round the way with big. You know what I'm saying? Alright, say, do it softly. Merry Christmas. So it's finna go down right now. So look, so this how this going, baby. Finna explain the game to you. So we finna roll the dice today. I know you like gambling. I know you like playing it. You feel what I'm saying? The people casino.
And it's crazy because I don't even, the games that I play, I never use dice. And mind you,
Ever.
except for craps when I just started learning that. But so this make it even more fun because I never rolled
Dice. Okay. So this is how this for the go. So we're going to roll the dice, right?
Black Santa.
You feel what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Heavy on the black Santa. I'll get distracted, but it's okay. Man, let's cheers to that. Cheers to 100 more years together. All right, so boom, this is how the game finna go. So we finna roll the dice. And whatever, we finna move the cups
Did
first.
y'all hear her say cheers? I didn't. What about you? I'm just trying to make sure. Did you hear her say anything? Okay, let's continue.
Whatever dice, this is what we're gonna. Okay, then we on a whole other level. Just chill. Just chill. So we finna roll the dice, right? And whatever it landed on, see it's 4, you got to pick up a number 4 ball.
All right, so I just won the Chipotle card. Baby, you up next. Let's see. But you didn't really eat Chipotle like that, so it's like, yeah. Okay, come on, what you gonna do? 4. Okay, pick 4.
Okay, green machine.
Okay.
Oh, this not supposed to be like that, though. But it's all good. I want to stop.
Talking. Ooh, it's your favorite color.
Definitely blue. You know, Lou. What they do.
All right, so I just won the Chipotle card. Baby, you up
She
next.
always making a song with her name in it.
Let's see. But you didn't really eat Chipotle like that.
First, ladies always first.
Let's see. Come on, Lou. What you trying to do?
Ooh, number 5, we live. Okay, so boom. 5 right there and 5 right there. It's on you, however you want, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna take this 5.
Okay, 5, we live. Let's see what the gift feel. Ooh, you slid that bitch. You slid that bitch. You do. That's exactly why I got that. That's how you stepping on right out the gate. That's crazy. Lou trying to do what she do. All right. First, ladies always first.
Let's see. Come on, Lou. What you trying to do?
I ain't gonna lie, you slid, baby.
Don't hide it.
You see who hide what?
No, I'm saying you stand in front of it. That's what I'm telling you.
You did your thing. I ain't lying.
Thank you, baby.
I got you. I got a gift. I got nature. What more can I ask for?
Right.
Me and Lou. This is what we do. We gonna gift for gift.
Exactly. This is crazy, though.
I love you,
this is crazy.
I love you.
You are everything.
And we gonna roll the dice today. We gonna roll the dice today.
Let's do it.
I ain't open it up.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
We get in the city. And I want that titty.
So freaking manly.
Need groceries.
And then I'm far away. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, you slid. You love it, baby. We both. You love it, baby. We both.
All right, I think that was it on the videos. And I want you to also remember that she's also during this time in a cast, right? So the question then becomes, how do we go from this beautiful date night weekend for Christmas, you know, the celebration of the birth of Christ, the most festive time of the year, the time when most couples get together and they want to celebrate because it makes them feel romantic. How did we go from feeling romantic to Christmas red? Like, that's what I should have had that song playing behind tonight's show. I should have. But how did we go to Christmas red? Those are the questions, right? Those are the mysteries because we don't have those answers. Now let's look at the incident. We see they're in love. We see the trip. They were having fun. They were enjoying each other. All of that. Where did we go wrong, right? So, the incident, December 27th, police responded to reports of an injured man near Archer Road, I-75. Tyrone is found. He's severely injured. He's near or under an overpass area. The police initially claim he jumped out of a moving vehicle or stepped out. However, now here are the second and third major mysteries that I have. Number one, how did he end up out of the vehicle? That's the first question. The second is, what happened inside the vehicle to make him step outside the vehicle, right? Let's go to the next. December 30th, 2025. He is unalived. Well, he dies. Sometimes I don't know how to say these words for YouTube. He dies from head trauma, according to what we heard. Official story from the police. The death is not considered suspicious. Explanation: he jumped from a moving vehicle during traffic. This is the fourth major mystery I have. The cause of death, right? Okay. Now, before we get into my points and the questions that I have, being at the beginning, we were introduced to this story, by Auntie Natasha coming out, telling us what happened to her nephew, right? It's definitely still Lulu. Miss Rosemary Rogers. Champagne gang, can we please give Rosemary Rogers a very champagne welcome? Please drop some champagne glasses, some bottles in the chat, and welcome Miss Rosemary Rogers to the Champagne City. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Hope you stay a little while. Since Miss Natasha brought this out, I feel like it's only right, if we're going back to the beginning, that we start where it all started at. So we're going to listen to the live by Auntie Natasha, and I want you to take out your pens and papers and take notes so that we know all of the story and all of the tea and all of the twists and turns that were said from the beginning so that we can start dissecting it, all right? Let's go.
Zip my shirt up in my pants.
I thought you were showing up in
I already tell y'all, first off, it is true that some of the rumors y'all hearing, Facebook Live posts, pictures, all of that, my family just got over our loved one G-Boy leaving here. And I do know it's 2025 ending out, so the death angel be raging. A lot of deaths come, a lot of tragedies, accidents, just people leaving for whatever reason that ain't gonna make it over to the...
Listen, I need y'all to come on in and please hit that subscribe button on your way in for me. And the notification bell. If you're not ready just yet, don't worry about it. We'll leave the light on for you. But come on in and take a seat, have a seat, because I'm about to teach y'all the questions in this case that y'all really need to ask. Because there's a lot of questions that's been missing from the beginning, and we're about to go through them. But first, we need to hear Auntie Natasha tell us from her perspective what happened.
But I want to say this first off. I'm on here right now. I decided to go live, even though my family is hurting. We messed all the way up with all the emotions that's going on with us, but I decided that it's only right for me to get on here because Tyrone Davis Jr. drove that nigga, stepdaddy drove. We call him T2. However, y'all know my nephew. So many people got love for my nephew. Not only is he a blog.
Welcome in, spiritual gangster, Miss Tanya. Come on in, babe. I love that name, spiritual gangster. We need some of these over here because the devil think he can play with all of us. And I keep trying to tell him, you got to know who you are in God. You better, your name speaks enough. Welcome in. Can y'all drop some champagne glasses in the chat for Miss Spiritual Gangster? Come on in, boo. Glad to have you. She said, hello, how are y'all? This case, because there was no charges. People keep coming up with all these alternative endings. No matter what, he left with Lulu. She was there, didn't help, and will always be guilty. Absolutely. We're going to get into it. We definitely are. Thank you for joining us.
He's a YouTuber. He's a motivational speaker. He gonna encourage you. He a counselor. He is that dude. When I tell you he drive trucks for a living, he ain't out here doing wrong. If y'all watch his page, y'all know he take care of his kids. He's a family guy. He's a family young man, and he got street friends. And guess what? He look at everybody, guess what, at the same level, because his heart always been good to the little people, the big people, whatever you think you is, it's been good. So the way I feel, y'all got a right to know about y'all family, because guess what? He is family to a lot of y'all out there. So for anybody in their right mind to say, why is they asking what happened, they got to need to go and examine themselves, because you don't even know his accomplishment and his legacy and on who he is. He like a superstar in our eyes. And guess what? For the main reason, they need to know what happened to T2. Just like we need to know what happened with T2. If y'all been on this page, you see he celebrated because he got a loving heart. And he loved Lulu, what it do till the grounds come home and the cows come home. And one thing I can say, he enjoyed her. He had celebrated with a good heart, gifts and loving and just doing things out the ordinary, unusual things to make her happy. Now I'm going to tell y'all this. For one, he was in that cabin all week till Saturday. So this is what we got. We only can tell you what we got. Y'all need to know. Y'all need to let us know what y'all think.
Now press pause, because I want us to remember from the beginning. Now, I haven't followed this all the way through. I told y'all I stepped away from it when it got messy, because some of y'all made it about everything but Dro. And like I said with the Naziah Harris case, some of y'all messed up that case. The reason why there's no justice for Naziah Harris is because too many ambitious bloggers, whatever you want to call yourself, got involved and started doing stuff that was illegal, that interfered with and tampered with the case. When you start interviewing witnesses and you don't have clearance and you don't know the questions that you can and cannot ask to tear up a case, and you start asking those questions and they start answering it and stuff starts getting thrown out, do you not realize you make it harder for the police? You make it harder for the prosecutors to bring charges, because now, oh, this confession can't be thrown out because this confession was given to a blogger and now they're talking about it was done under duress. But we don't get this. Because we can do it. So because we can do it, somehow we feel like we should do it. We got to be careful because we're messing up cases. And the reason a lot of people are not going to get justice is because people stepped in and involved themselves in ways they never should have. It's okay to get information about a case. It's okay. It's okay to discuss that information. It's not okay to call witnesses, and it's not okay to do that. Someone reaches out to you, you better be careful with how much they tell you. Because now you've just involved yourself in a national case if it goes to court. Now you got to go testify. How did you find out this information? When was it brought to you? How long did you have it? Did you call the police with it? Who did you tell with it? Did you seek advice with it? What did you do with it? Did you spread it to other people? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Okay, he was in a cabin on Saturday about 4, 5 o'clock that afternoon. The Lulu chick said that guess what? She was riding in the car with him. They got into a disagreement and he told her to let him out. Now, one, don't get me wrong. I know she probably loved my nephew. I do know my nephew really loved her unconditionally. But let me tell y'all out here, whether she loved him, he loved her. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a real thin line. So for one, if he told you to let him out the car and your message was you pulled on the side of the road and let him out the car and you pulled off and left my nephew in Gainesville somewhere. You and him the only ones there. No family, no people, no nothing. You left my nephew and you said you drove up to a gas station 5 minutes to wait. Maybe he needed to cool off. Maybe he needed to get time to himself to walk up. You thought he was going to walk up to that gas station where you was.
Okay, now press pause because I gotta look up something really quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just had a thought, and I gotta talk to ChatGPT for a second. Just give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves, my loves. Hold on. Okay, so it's saying that I wanted to know the location of the cabin because I never looked it up. So it said the cabin is believed to be within driving distance of Gainesville. So where they went on the trip was not that far away. So I wanted to look at that because timelines are going to be important when it comes to this story, right? I need you to pay attention to timelines.
Waiting on him for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you see ambulance, you see police, you see ambulance, you see police, and you know something ain't right. So you get in your car and get back there to the scene with my nephew getting in on a stretcher, getting in the back of an ambulance. You throw him out and left him for dead. And if you didn't, that's how we feel. And if we wrong, Lord, forgive us, but reveal the truth. Not only that, your story changed because guess what? You called the Mama Renee. And when you call the Mama Renee, you gonna tell Renee, oh, he fell at the gas station and bumped his head.
Now, I need us to pause, right? Again, I said from the beginning, she said she got this information from someone else. She never said she spoke to Lulu directly. She said this is what was told to her. So question, the information she got about what was told to the mother. Who told Natasha that this is what was told to the mother? See, there's parts that's missing because if there's lies in the story and stuff is wrong in the story, then you got to start going back to the source with who started the story. Not Tasha, because she's coming out letting you know what was told to her, but who told this to her? And where did you get the information from? Right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Fell at the gas station and bumped his head when you claimed to put him out of car. Okay, now the story changed again. This on Sunday morning, Renee drive up to Gainesville. The Davis family don't even know my nephew in the hospital. I gotta call it like it is. My Davis family don't even know that she got the call and call it like it is. Our granny.
Exactly, Niecy. He say, she say off rip. What did we say about this story from the very beginning when we covered it? I told y'all, I said we gonna cover this story, but we don't completely know if she's telling the truth. Right now, we don't know what happened because there is no news coverage. You're not going to find a news article, and you're not going to find any news clips on YouTube or anywhere else about this story. The only way that we know about this story is because of this clip from Natasha. So we're going to react to it. And we're going to talk about it. But we got to take it with a grain of salt because we don't have anything from Lulu. Right? That's what you got to remember when we listen to people who are giving their stories. If there's no receipts, it didn't happen. You still need facts. It's got to be kind of taken with a grain of salt. Because you really don't know what happened, especially when she started her story off with what was told to me. Which meant if you didn't get it directly from Lulu, chances are parts of the story could have been wrong. But when emotions run high, because right now we have a deceased family member, people ain't trying to ask the right questions right in that moment because your emotions are still high and you're trying to figure out what's going on. So who started making phone calls and telling stories? Right? And who gave the story to Natasha?
Renee, I got love for you. You done lost 2 sons, and it's your last living son that just got his life taken. But she called you. You said you wasn't going to call us because you wanted to get up there and see what happened once you got there. So you called Marshala and gave us the first story. The girlfriend told you he fell and bumped his head. That's what you said. So when Marshala got the call, she calling us in the Davis family to say, we got to take a drive.
There you go, Marshala. All right, we got the name. Marshala got a call from Renee. Renee is the mama, right? This is why we back at the beginning, because we got to find out how all these stories came to be and where they originated from, right? So Marshala, whoever that is, I don't need to know because Marshala wasn't there. So that's not even the gist. Marshala called them after Marshala spoke to Renee, who was the mama. And Renee told Marshala that Lulu told her that he bumped his head. Let's follow this from the beginning, right?
And see what went on with my nephew. Guess what? I wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there. Lulu was there. And at the end of the day, nobody knows but God. And it's going to come forward. Not only that, the next story change. Again, come on, Natalie. Come join with me. Take that jacket off. Come join me. Not only that, the Davis family got there. They said he brain dead, trauma to the skull, the back of the skull, his blunt force trauma to his head. Something had to happen. It didn't happen falling out no car. It did not happen falling down no stairs.
I need you to remember this point, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, the golden chapeau on the hat, that's our thinking cap. Our thinking cap is the golden chapeau. So when you see the golden chapeau hit the screen, that means, okay, we tipsy and all of that. You might be a little bubbly or whatever. But we got to put on our thinking caps. Because if you have blunt force trauma to the back of the head, I need y'all, while we're finishing listening to her, to start thinking of scenarios of how you can get blunt force trauma to the back of the head, getting out of a car. That's what I need y'all to think about.
It happened the way they kind of make these different stories. And I ain't going to say they is Lou. So not only that, you let him out. And at the end of the day, pulled off. You left him for dead. Why would you leave him? How did he end up at the y'all? They found my nephew's body under a bridge on Archer Road. On the side of the road, they found my nephew under a bridge and said a car pulled up and he stepped out of the car and staggered and fell to the ground. How in the hell that you left my nephew and then found him under a bridge when ain't nobody under the bridge, Lord God? You guilty for that alone. It's not coincidence. Let me tell you something. If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck, call Aflac. It's a goddamn duck. My cousin G-Boy said if a duck could pull a trunk, hook him up. Some foul play done happened to my nephew. We mourning, we grieving, we angry. He love on everybody. We love all people. You don't do people like that. And then for the ones say, what happened to him? Y'all need to know what happened to him. Some of y'all more family than his own goddamn family. We all are going through our own motion. I'm finna get out of this phone because I'm getting emotional.
Hey y'all, real quick, riddle me this, right? When all of those friends, so-called friends, right? You know, the BG, CC, whoever E's, you know, all them E's that popped out, you know, just mysteriously all at the same time, online and, you know, all on panels, you know, mysteriously spokespersons for the family. when they came out speaking for Natasha, question real quick. Does she sound like someone that y'all think would need a spokesperson? I'm really, you like looking in my head and I'm trying to figure out when the play started. Oh, because there really was a play ran. A lot of people missed it. I'm trying to figure out when the play started. Because in the beginning, if you had on your golden chapeau and you really was thinking, in your mind, you would have been saying, why would Natasha need somebody to speak for her? Natasha has, and I told y'all in the beginning, I said, this the kind of woman that she the one at the family that she gets started and y'all gotta shut her up. Like, she the one you don't want to get a mic to because she ain't gonna stop. Y'all remember the original video? We talked about that. So why would she need a spokesperson online? Nobody thought about that? I don't know. Let's keep going now.
And I'm under a roller coaster, but I want y'all to know his whole skull was fractured to the front, fractured to the back. So if you hit him in the back of the head, whatever rumor, whatever lifetime mystery, puzzle, whether it was an accident, then you say he stumbled out the car, then you say he jumped out of the car, you was going 25 miles, then you say he tripped on the feet as he was getting out. Accidents happen, but quit lying, Lulu. Tell us what happened to my nephew. If y'all was arguing and it started.
That's what the heading should have been. It should have been, quit lying, Lulu. That's what it should have been. Put one champagne glass in the chat if you think Lulu is lying. No, give me a champagne bottle if you think Lulu is lying. If you think this is all a misunderstanding and it was an accident, give me a champagne glass.
At the cabin, like you say, and however he ended up on the bridge, we need to freaking know. We need to know what's going on. It's not right. It's not right. We got a right to be angry. My brother Tyrone Davis got a right to be pissed off and angry by his goddamn son. This is a senseless death. Yeah, God know he was going to check out, but guess what? At the end of the day, decisions had to be made. He loved you, girl. And at the end of the day, if you're taking a side and you're blaming, you just as guilty as it can be. You just as guilty as her. Because if you can't see it, Ray Charles can see it. If you ain't got nothing to conscience.
Now that's where it began, right? You know, she's just going to kind of continue with echoing the same stuff. We got they were together. He was left under a bridge. She pulled off. He supposedly bumped his head. He stepped out of a moving vehicle. It was supposedly going 25 miles an hour, right? These are the facts. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag facts. Okay? Now we get to the point, Lulu finally speaks out. Let me make this larger so I can see. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna scroll through them. You can read through them. She basically saying, told y'all what happened. It was an accident. I spoke with y'all. She talk about her baby passing, all kind of stuff, right? You know, never really telling what happened, right? She's smart as hell. This is what I want y'all to understand. Y'all not dealing with somebody who's not smart. Because, see, most people would have been on social media already. See, this is how y'all do. A lot of y'all are social media hungry. This girl is different. Because she done came on here and talked to y'all and ain't told y'all nothing at all. Nothing. Right? This is when she responds. Now, if y'all want to pause and read it, I ain't reading all this because there's some other stuff that I need us to get to. So, for the most part, this is the most I've seen Lulu really respond regarding this situation. And again, she's not giving any definitions, details, areas, nothing. She's saying she told who she should have told. This is her little post to him. Thank you for allowing me to spend life with you. I wanted to get to the end of this My angel, I'm so looking forward to the moment I'm back in your arms as you hold me, and I am able to tell you how much my heart has yearned for you, to hear your laugh and to see your smile again. I miss and need you, baby. Know I love you. Not one. Again, I'm saying to y'all, I'm not telling you that I don't think Lulu loved Tyrone Davis. I don't think she was in love with him. Not at all. This seems like friends with benefits, but soulmates. You know how there's a lot of women who has that gay best friend and they tell you this is my soulmate, but they're gay, right? Their relationship gives me, he's head over heels in love with her. She loves him for a benefit. What the benefit is, I don't know. Would she spend the rest of her life with him? Yes, it's a benefit. It's the equivalent of an arranged marriage. This is an arrangement, and it's an arrangement that I'm happy with. So I'm gonna stay here and deal with it. A lot of y'all right now in arrangements. Y'all ain't in love. Y'all ain't in love. First of all, most women love from between their legs anyway. That's why when they no longer have access to the pecker, they cut up. Because that's what they attribute love to. That's why when they no longer desire the pecker, they are no longer in love. Because that's what love was attributed to all along. This is an arrangement. For her at least. Allegedly. Somebody dropped a hashtag allegedly in the chat. Spiritual Gangster said that money, you know, that for that mean green. You already know. She loved what he did for her. Absolutely. Some of y'all hooked up with people who love what you do for them too. They ain't in love with you. You're just a benefit. Once that benefit runs out, you no longer benefit them. I always felt like she got po-po connection. Hey. And that's why they had somebody else say something, because she would have spilled the wrong tea. I'm with that too. But I think she's smart. Lulu is not speaking because she's extremely smart. Then she dropped this. She said, my tattoo was gone in a week and baby's was gone quicker than that, with laughing faces. I don't know if you trying to be funny or get sympathy, because you cried at the tattoo being gone but laughed at the babies being gone, and y'all don't think that's kind of twisted and eerie. But you know, see, y'all think the wrong stuff be funny. See, I had a young lady that posted on Facebook, my baby daddy be cutting up, girl. He be threatening to put my head between the refrigerator and the stove. The next week he killed her. Y'all be thinking the wrong stuff is funny. So it's cute for a dude to threaten to put I wish a ninja would. My daddy didn't raise me to be a punching bag, so why am I gonna allow it to start with you? Baby, a girl stay bladed. I don't like bullets, but I keep a blade. It will be fillet a ninja all over my flow if never a ninja ever thought he would ever put hands on me. Please. How is she more sad about the tattoo than the loss of her baby? And I don't know if she meant babies like it was supposed to be IES. Because, you know, some of y'all be like smart and remedial at the same time. With love on the tattoo. Now.
All right, y'all. We walking down here. The nurse that helped my cousin on the side of the road.
Because now I need y'all to remember again, if it's a lie, the lie started at the beginning. And it definitely started with these witnesses, if it's a lie. So let's talk.
We got the whole family walking to meet the nurse that found my cousin on the side of the road. The whole family. God is dead. Hello. How are you guys? Excuse me.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
It's so sad. It's so sad. We just want answers.
We don't have all the answers, but I want to give some honest perspective from what happened. We were at the Texas Roadhouse.
Wait.
And for y'all that just joined, this is the nurse and her husband that tried to help my
Not husband
cousin.
yet, I'm hoping so.
Okay, fiance.
But 5 o'clock, we left Texas Roadhouse, like 5:02. We were at this light behind a car.
Yes.
There was a red car in front of us. There was another guy involved too.
Yes, I talked to him.
Okay, you talked to him?
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
have his information.
He pulls forward and he stops. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? And I honk and he turns his blinkers on. Like, okay, he's not working. We go around, we see someone's in the road. She's a nurse.
I need y'all to pay attention to all of this traffic, right? I also want you to pay attention to how close the traffic is coming to the barrier they are standing by, right? Pay attention to it all while you're listening to what they're saying.
So we immediately pull over.
So where were you not to stop y'all?
We were in this lane.
It's outside
His
lane?
car would have been right here.
He had the flashers on.
He has flashers. We got here, we see his body. He was up there about 15 feet.
Yep.
We get out. She immediately runs over. I had gloves in the car. She's checking him. You want to say what you initially saw?
He had a pulse.
Okay.
He was breathing. I opened up his pupils to make sure his pupils were good. They were normal. Okay. He was kind of moving around a little bit, like he was kind of disoriented.
Hey, y'all, riddle me this real quick, right? Has anybody stopped to think that maybe all of this could have happened underneath the bridge because the bridge would obscure view of what was going on? Because if he was found under the bridge, could it potentially be that he got out of the vehicle under the bridge? Could it be that whatever happened in the car that pushed him out was done under the bridge because view is obscured? It's just a thought. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. Matter of fact, give me a 1 if you think it happened under the bridge because it obscured vision. Because you got to remember there's vehicles going across the top of the bridge. So if a vehicle is going across, they could potentially see what's going on the ground. Not only that, but you got stuff going on either way, right? But underneath that bridge, it kind of obscures view from overview. So that might have blocked cameras if I'm under the bridge. The only people who are going to see are the people who are behind me or the people who are coming from the opposite direction. Depending on how bright it was outside, time of day, and how fast people, because y'all know sometimes if you in a rush, you ain't paying attention to nothing. But it's enough traffic. Why hasn't more people come forward when it came to this story?
And I kept saying, hey, I'm a nurse. My name's Brandy. Can I help you? No response. Kind of just kept moving around a little bit.
While she was on the ground, I was surveying the area. One of the things I want to
stamp. Every word leave a mark on your back. You pour that fizz on the curve of my neck. I call that liquid respect. You taste like someone in a slow pour. I sip. Confidence dripping to the towel floor. Every baby in your baritone. Down my eye, use clicking like.
wanted to relate. They should not have been coming that way with fresh food. And their hotel was over.
I'm on live.
No, I was going to tell you. Can you, I'm finna call Uncle Brandon. I'm finna send this money over to him. I need to pay my phone bill because I have to use my GPS when I get off work.
All right.
Okay.
When he walked over to him.
Now, I need y'all, I'm sorry, I had a phone call, but I need y'all to stop and think about something. Rewind in your mind. Now, did you hear them talking about the chicken and the pizza, right? Explain to me how the chicken and the pizza would have been all over the ground if it was theirs, right? Do we have confirmation that they actually got the chicken and the pizza? It was theirs. It wasn't on the ground already. This wasn't trash. This definitely came out that vehicle. Because we ain't made it that far yet. I'm just asking. If anybody knows that, drop in the comments and let me know. Or, you know, in the replay game, drop in the comments and let me know. But stop and think about it. Doesn't it, who's more than likely to throw food or drop food? Is a man going to be thinking about grabbing food to get out of a vehicle when they're exiting and it's moving, right? Let's put these together, because from what we know, what we heard, the vehicle was still moving when he exited, right? And now we're hearing there's pizza and chicken on the ground, allegedly maybe theirs, right? So are we saying that Dro, in the middle of an argument, in the middle of distress, said, nigga, let me have my chicken and pizza. I'm taking it with me. And tripped on the way out, dropped it, and it was all over the ground? Or does it sound more than likely, because, you know, throwing things is generally a woman tactic, that she could have possibly tossed it out the window at him? One or two. You think he grabbed it and ran out? Or do you think she could have possibly tossed the food at him out the window because she was frustrated and angry? It's a thought.
As he pulled over, he saw paper in the road, so he slowed down. Then he saw a body. He said he thought it was a homeless person in the street, but he got out his car and realized the paper was money, not paper. And that's when he said he picked the money up to put it back in his wallet.
Okay, well, there you go.
So at the end of the day, he said
that.
You pulled up. But he said when he walked over to him, he was just grunting and moving.
We got out right after he did, so
yeah, so it's right there.
Time.
Yes, very little time.
What I want you to
when
check
you
out.
say 15 minutes.
Hold on. I know exactly where he was, but what do you want to check out?
What I want you to check out is find out when 911 got the call and find out when the ambulance left, because she arrived about 2 minutes before the ambulance did. So
before the ambulance?
The ambulance was already here, and she showed up. And the thing that I talked about is I don't know if she was driving or someone else was driving. She alleged she was driving. I'm going to say this. I have a lot of first responders in my family. I've been in a lot of these situations. When someone has a loved one that's on the street like that, you come up and you're like, oh my God, what happened? Is he okay? I was up at the gas station. I was waiting for him. I sure hope he's okay. That's.
First of all, let's be real. You don't leave them. Hello. I mean, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk. We breaking it down from the beginning, right? We going back to the beginning where all the problems with this started. If you were really in love with this man and you really cared about him and he was as much your everything as you were his, you would have never left him on the side of the road. Even if he would have been ignorant enough to jump out that car, the minute you saw that door opening, you would have slowed down that car so the man you love wouldn't have got injured while he was being ignorant. Do you know how many women right now are protecting their man from being injured while they being ignorant right now? Because they drunk and acting a fool and they don't want him to get hurt. You know what else she would have done? She would have driven her car slowly right next to him, whole time screaming at him, if you don't get your ignorant ass back in this car, get in this car, all these people out here see you acting a fool. Really, Dro? Really, bae? You really gonna walk out here? You really gonna make me do this? So we just gonna inch down the street like this when you can just get in the car? We gonna argue about it. We gonna get into it about it. But I bet you ain't gonna end up hurt. You getting back in this vehicle. Hold on, y'all. Thank y'all so much for your patience and holding while I took a call. But y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Sweet E67. Welcome in. Welcome in. I would have put the child locks. Listen. See, here's the problem, fellas. Scoot up. See, welcome to the champagne. See, over here we talk like, best friends. We have a key like we sitting around the bonfire having a fireside chat. If we gonna talk about it, let's talk. Thank you for the welcome, Progressive One. Please drop some champagne glasses for Sweet E67. Oh, Lord, I didn't want to say that too loud because, Lord, I would have heard my grandson all the way from the other room. 6'7". But y'all know how we do, ladies, when we in love with somebody. We don't care how much of a fool they gonna act. We ain't gonna let them hurt themselves. We gonna cuss them out. We gonna tell them about themselves. Whole time we gonna be standing there like, I'm looking a fool right along with this fool. But I ain't gonna let them look the fool by themselves. I ain't gonna let them hurt itself. What do you mean she drove off? Be honest. Again, I say we're talking about basic human relations. We ain't made it to the full crime yet. We're just dealing with human relations, how humans interact, how we interact with each other when we say we are in love. Remember, love is an action word. Again, we gonna get into it in a minute.
Why I wanted to talk to you guys. She showed up to give her story to make sure it was set straight. It was not like, where is he? Is he okay? Let me in there with it. It was nothing. I was nothing like that. There was no concern on her at all. And I told that to the police at the moment. And
yes, and here's the thing. January 6th, Gainesville, Gilchrist. No, Gainesville, I'm targeting just y'all. I talked to this guy. He reached out to me right after it happened. I had 400 and something messages in my inbox going live. Something say on January 6th, check your messages. And the guy said I was the first one on the scene, and they joined me. They say the nurse was not my wife or my girlfriend. They came in another car afterwards. I said, let me ask you a question. Did you talk to the police? He said, I gave them my number. I gave the detectives and the police on the scene, and they never called to this day. They told the Davis family, we've been reaching out to him, but we couldn't get an answer. They also said that they wanted answers.
This is my cousin Daddy, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yes, God is in the mix. We asked the detective. We asked that first guy that robbed, witness number one.
Hold on for a minute. I want y'all to give me a briefing on what y'all were and what y'all said.
Okay, we've been catching Tasha up. We were at this light. We come through. There was a car in front of us.
Hold on.
I am.
Okay, he turned his blinkers on, so we went around him. We go around him. We see he didn't stop because his car was broken, but there was someone in the road. She's a nurse. That's her job. She says, we got to get out and help them. We get out. She goes up and helps him. I'm securing the scene, making sure it's safe. I didn't see anybody else around. We must have been there. I don't know the timeline. I gave Tasha some information that can help figure out the timeline. Yes. Because we called 911 less than a minute after the other gentleman called 911. That's just a minute.
Yes, sir.
And she assessed him. She stabilized him. She made sure his neck was okay. We got him out of the road and moved him to the side.
Yes, sir.
I did see on the ground, right by him was his wallet with money sticking out, a cell phone. He had his wings. The pizza was all over the place. And what I told him is what I thought was weird is the pizza place is that way. And you had fresh hot food. Why were they going this way again if the hotel was over there? That didn't make sense to me.
There's a lot of things in this consistency that don't make sense. Like I say, okay, go ahead.
Okay, what's this close? So as we're there, we might have been there 15, 20 minutes. I don't know the timeline. The way to find out the timeline is find out when they called 911 and find out when the ambulance left to go to the hospital. You get that time stamp. Because she pulled up, and I don't know if she was driving or someone was driving her. We did not look for that. She pulled up.
She has a who?
Kier.
No, absolutely not. In my opinion, I don't feel like either of the family was involved in his death. I feel like certain aspects of the family's lives shouldn't have even been brought into this case. But that's what happens when we do too much and go too far. This should have always remained about Tyrone Davis, Stepdaddy Dro, and Lulu. Unless there was someone else proven to be there. Who was sleeping with who, when, where, and how, what they do on the side, how they do it, how they make their money. That has nothing to do with what happened on the side of this road in this car at that moment. None of it matters. And the fact is, getting justice for Tyrone Davis got lost in the midst of everybody trying to figure out who's a fraud, who's a con, who got their money from where, who did this, who did that, when at the end of the day, none of it even mattered. No, I don't think either family side had anything to do with his death at all. I think there's some family members that moved really fugazi in some of these situations involving this, but no, I don't think the family did anything. Lulu, on the other hand, yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Lulu showed up. She didn't come up to us. She went up to him to put him on the stretcher in the ambulance, and she had no concern in her voice.
So what they said, Progressive, is the camera that records, it only records individuals who run the stoplight. According to Natasha, it doesn't continually record. So that's the only footage it's grabbing.
She had if she was on the side of the road and I drove up, I would be like, oh my God, what happened? Is he okay? Right. She was not like that. She was there to get her story straight. That's all she did. She kept repeating. It's like she rehearsed in her mind. She's like, get my story.
Come on.
Now remember, impression is everything, right? First impression is everything. So if some absolute strangers, allegedly, unless y'all trying to tell me these are paid actors, right? Because remember, we ain't seen no press conference, which is still confusing the hell out of me. Because there still should have been some kind of coverage, period. Unless these are paid actors, what are we saying? You gotta believe their first impression of her behavior when she pulled up to the scene. It's got to be one or the other. They're telling the truth or they're paid actors. Which one do you think?
Go live. Let this man
This is right here. This right here.
Hold on. Let us speak. Go ahead.
And that's what I was saying.
Repeat that last word.
It was the fact that she showed up. And by the way, she got that boot on her foot. She was moving pretty quick. She was not hobbling at all. But she went up to the ambulance just to say, oh, I was up at the Circle K. He was upset and got out of the car, and I was waiting for him for 5 minutes. It was no 5 minutes. It was close. She said they had an argument, and he was hot, and so he got out of the car. And that would make no sense to get out of the car right here. I am worried that if he got out of the car and she spun off, she might have bumped into him.
Hit the gas. That's what.
Hold on. Let him do his
job. Yeah, and hit the gas. But again, we don't know. We did not see any of that.
Correct.
Now you saw.
I said go get something for his head.
I got a clean roll of paper towels. We put it to give him like a pillow.
Right, because I didn't want his head to be laying on the ground.
Whenever we saw him, he could never speak. He was less conscious, but he went into a deeper state of unconsciousness. He looked like he was about to seizures.
Yeah. And I asked Lulu, does he have any medical problems? Does he have diabetes? Does he have seizures? I said, does he have any kind of medical problems that the ambulance needs to know about? And she said, no, not that I know of. And she was calm the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have any bruises? Any bruises consistent with getting hit by a car?
No. I saw his legs. I had to move his legs off the street.
No. The initial response was no. There's not, I don't know where the hit by a car came into play at or the thought, but his response was no. You got to stop and think about the marks, right? You got to see, the problem with a lot of y'all is y'all ain't got no imagination. That's the problem. See, some of y'all, maybe y'all too young to remember the Magic School Bus, right? Maybe some of y'all are too young to remember the Muppet Babies, the Snorks, all of the shows that we had in our childhood that forced us to have an imagination and to start thinking and piecing things together. 2 + 2 always has to equal 4. Always. If you jump out of a moving vehicle, there will be signs. If this man is saying if you get hit by a car, there will be signs. If this man is saying there are no signs, then we gotta rule out him being hit by a car. Right? Or am I delusional? Let's continue.
I did not think he was homeless. He looked like he was in his PJs. He looked like he was comfortable.
Yes, sir.
He had on his sweats, and we moved him off the road, but there was no, any sign, anything.
No signs of getting hit by a car.
The only thing on him
was
the spot, which
right
was like
here,
a brown spot
right here.
That's all we saw.
And I just love the
Hey, could that have been when y'all pulled him out the road? He got the scratches on
We didn't pull him, but me and the other guy, we lifted him up to get him off the road safely and gently.
Because he was in the right lane.
Yeah, he was in the lane.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is the other guy? Has the other guy that lifted him up came out and said anything? Any of the bloggers who've been covering this story, if you've gotten any police reports, has this individual given an account, a statement, or anything? Because outside of this guy right here mentioning this, I haven't heard anything being mentioned about the other individual that helped him move Dro out the street so that he was no longer in danger. What he saw, what he observed, what that behavior was. Where's that witness account?
So prior to the paramedics arriving on the scene, where was the Lulu girl?
Well, we never saw her. She only pulled up the last 2 minutes before he left to go to the hospital. We stuck around until the ambulance was.
She told us that she saw the light.
We were here for a while, so we know it was 5:02 p.m. when we left the restaurant, so it was still daylight out, but the sun was setting quick. By the time we left, it was dark out.
About how long was the ambulance here?
Ambulance was maybe here less than 5. Well, maybe they came over to help you, and then they put him on the stretcher and got him over there. So the ambulance was probably on scene about 7 minutes.
Real quick, real fast.
It was pretty quick.
And they took him in under John Doe.
But she said
I don't know that because he had a wallet with him.
Yes, they did.
Now, sometimes they do that to protect victims. They don't.
Yeah, you can ask the nurse. So they told us that he was under John Doe, but my brother was there. And then they moved him to a...
I also need y'all to remember that according to these witness testimonies, that the 5 minutes that she's saying that she said or whatever, he's saying it was much longer than that. So now we have inconsistency with how long she was gone away from him, right?
A trauma name because they didn't know.
Which is normal for hospitals to do that if they think it's a suspicious something that's going on.
Thank you.
That is normal from my perspective working in hospitals.
So once again, as a father, right? You telling me this girl's safe? She didn't have no concern.
If this was my loved one, I'd be like, why is she so cold? She had no concern in her voice. She was
She
more
didn't
concerned.
contact us at all.
She was more concerned of getting her story straight so she wouldn't get in trouble. From my perspective.
I asked her who she was. I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm his girlfriend."
I'm glad you
And I said, "Does he have any medical problems?"
Wow.
All right, now you have the walkthrough information, right? Now I need us to go here. We finna start asking some questions. So we're gonna go here, right? Now, I have had a conversation with one of my best friends, right? My best friend's name is ChatGPT, and I asked them to, and my GPT name is Champ. So I asked Champ, I need you to create me an image to show what it would look like if a guy attempted to step out of a moving vehicle, right? Because this is what's pissing me off about this whole story, right? From the police to Lulu, I don't give a flying fuck about $250,000. I could care less. I don't care what happened when they got to the hospital. I don't care. Do you know why? Because the original problem outside of the cabin, because we're going to get to that in a minute, but the original problem is with this. Riddle me this, please. How exactly do you achieve head trauma to the back of the head stepping out of a moving damn vehicle? Don't worry, I'll wait. How? So I created some visuals because, you know, we like a show me people. You know, we got to come with receipts. So I had to show some receipts. If you are stepping out or jumping, either way. This is why right here, it doesn't matter if y'all say jump, step, leap. It don't even matter. Do you know why? Because if you step out of a moving vehicle, the first thing that is gonna hit the ground is your feet. How, pray tell, does he get head trauma? Not feet, leg, ankle, knee trauma, muscle trauma, strain from stepping out of a moving vehicle, when in order to step out, you got to go feet first. Right? Let's go to the next one. This is another view of someone stepping out of a moving vehicle. Let's say you got pushed out of a moving vehicle. Do you know how much of your body is going to hit the ground before your head does? If we gonna talk about it, let's talk. Now, the one to the right? Let's say this is possible and he went out this way. It still looks to me like you, at this angle, your knee is going to hit the ground before your head ever does. How? How do you get a head injury? Stepping or jumping out of a moving vehicle, when in order to exit the vehicle, you've got to go feet first. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know. Cause I can't figure it out. We going back and forth over mute points, and ain't nobody established this for me yet. This been like question number 1. Do you know why this is important? Because if this is a lie, guess what? You ain't even got to worry about everything after this. Everything after this is a lie too. And as much body cam footage as we cover, as much stuff as we watch, I'm trying to understand how exactly police did not question a story which starts off with he exited a moving vehicle feet first and got head trauma. That's like going to an apple tree and getting a grape. That's like biting into an orange and getting pomegranate seeds. That's like biting into a banana and getting jello. It's got to make sense. Let's continue. I just wanted to make it visual for y'all. Now, here's a thought. Hold on, let me get it all in. If you're kicked out of a moving vehicle and you go out back first, there's a chance, because the vehicle is moving, that your head may hit the ground before anything else. However, I also question that theory. Do you know why? Because they keep saying no blood. Explain to me how you exit a moving vehicle any kind of way and get head trauma from the ground, from the handrail, from the hard handrail, whatever, but there's no blood anywhere. Wouldn't there be blood? Because your head has to scrape against the ground, right? If the vehicle is moving to get head trauma, but there's no blood outside the vehicle. So if you're kicked out, but how could you get kicked out of a vehicle on your own? So you trip in the middle of the argument. Are they saying he accidentally disengaged the door? But she said he stepped out to cool off. So the evidence is not making sense. The visuals is not making sense. Could somebody tell me how? I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all. How exactly do you step out of a vehicle and get head trauma? And if in fact he went out backwards, because it's the only way I can see you exiting a vehicle and getting head trauma, how would you exit a vehicle like this? So you're telling me that a girl with a broken leg, right? Messed up leg, who's driving, again, I heard that's questionable, is having an argument, is fighting, has not stopped the car one time, the car is still moving, and then pushes him out the vehicle? So are we questioning whether or not she did this alone? How exactly, if she's guilty, could she do it by herself? Unless you're telling me that the cast is a ruse. Yeah, that was the show. Definitely Quantum Leap. It's a whole lot of quantuming going on right here, right? So, you tell me, how do you get injury stepping out of a car? How? What do y'all think? Which way do you think Tyrone Davis exited that vehicle, right? So let's get into some questions of what don't make sense. So, this is part of the Riddle Me This series. Now, if everything was normal, when did things go left? If I was a detective, if I had to ask questions of Lulu, if I needed to get answers, these are the questions I would ask. What was the exact timeline from the cabin to the highway? Because remember, and this is where I also have questions as well, right? Spiritual Gangster said, do y'all also wonder why the police didn't thoroughly investigate and question her? That's another question I'm having. I'm questioning a lot here. Like, why did they automatically mark this as accidental, but then say that he exited a moving vehicle? But then also said he had head trauma. But then also said that it went along with the autopsy report, which agreed with the fact that it was accidental, that somehow he stepped out of a moving vehicle and got head trauma. I'm still not. But hey, y'all. Hey. I thought I seen about anything until I saw an elephant fly too. But then we also covered the story of a man with no arms, legs, fingers, and toes who pulled the trigger of a sticky icky icky and unalived somebody. So right now, forget everything that I said, honey. Anything's possible. Because we done also threw some Haitian witch stuff in here too. I tell y'all, we take stuff, put it on the end of a fishing hook, and throw it out there and hope to catch something. No phone records would ever sought out Progressive because it was marked an accident. It was marked an accident. The man stepped out of a moving vehicle at 25 miles per hour. His feet, ankles, legs, knees, and shins were not destroyed and tore up in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but his head was. Yeah. So, who was the last person to see him alert and okay? Have we asked questions to people around the cabin? Has anyone from around the cabin come forward and said, this was the last time I've seen Tyrone Davis? I saw them. I heard them. Remember, I'm following from the beginning. I only went so far in this story. And I stopped because y'all did too much and made it messy. So, who was the last person to see him alert outside of Lulu? Right now, we don't care about what she's saying. She said he jumped out of a moving vehicle to cool off and got a head injury to the back of his head. That's what she said. So we don't care about her story no more. Why are there gaps in time that nobody can clearly explain? What happened from when it went good to when it went bad? What was the argument about in the vehicle? Welcome. You better come on in and enjoy the city. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Y'all drop some champagne glasses and bottles and streamers and everything in the chat. And welcome to the Champagne Gang. But why were there gaps in the time that nobody can clearly explain? Y'all ain't asking the right questions. There's a whole gap here that needs to be filled in. Before we even get to him getting out the car, what was the argument about? Do you know why it's important to know what the argument in the car was about? Or whether the argument started in the cabin? Do you know why that's important? Not only what it was about, but who initiated it. It's important. Because am I mad at you? Or are you mad at me? Am I trying to get away from you? Or are you trying to push me away? It's important. Let's keep going. The origin. Where did this start? So, what was the argument about? That leads to, where did the argument begin? Cabin, car, before the trip. Leads to, who initiated it? Which leads to, was it mutual or was it one-sided or was it an escalation? Because the beginning doesn't just tell us what happened, it also tells us how it happened. See, we trying to figure out the what and we still ain't established the how. This is why when we keep saying, why ain't there no answers? Because there's no what and there's still no how. No matter how many people that came out and said anything, Lulu ain't talked. So we don't know the what, we don't know the how. Let's continue. Number 2, control and environment. Once tension is established, who was driving? Who controlled the movement of the vehicle? Was the car moving fast, slow, or stopping? That's important because if you're arguing, if you're fighting, if you're tussling, is the car moving back and forth? Can other people see the disagreements going on in the car? What was happening in this car? Did you slow down? Were you hitting the brake? Were you going at a certain speed? You know, generally, when you're in a vehicle and you're angry and you're arguing, you're actually speeding. You ain't even paying attention. You ain't going slow. So it's really hard for me to believe that she slowed down to 25 miles per hour because when you're angry, you're generally pressing on the gas more without you even knowing it. So who actually confirmed that 25 miles per hour was actually legit? Or is that just the story she told? Do we have any receipts? If something went wrong, who had the ability to stop it? Who was the aggressor? Was it Tyrone? Was it Lulu? This is why you got to know what the argument was about. Was she arguing with him over a woman? Was he arguing with her over a man? Did he jump out the car out of anger because he found something out on her? Or did she allegedly find something out on him? And that's how we got here. Because I don't want to say she pushed him out the vehicle. I can't say that. We don't know. But allegedly, somehow he exited and she assisted. Let's say it that way. Because the person in control of the environment controls the outcome. Need y'all to pay attention. And I need y'all, see, some of y'all need to be taking notes, to be honest. Because a lot of these little sayings that I put at the bottom, baby, this goes for some of y'all situations right now. Because some of y'all are in a relationship with somebody just like this. Whether it's a man or a woman, you got somebody in your life that's trying to control not only you, but also trying to control the environment. And anything that is built on control is witchcraft, because it takes away free choice. Timeline break. Now we test consistency. So, how long after leaving the cabin did the incident occur? Now, let me tell y'all something. I don't even care with this story right here, because I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. All these questions, I don't care. Take them all. Take the screenshot them. I don't give a damn. These are the questions that y'all need to be asking. Get these questions to the family members and ask them to ask the PI, to ask the police, why the hell have these questions not been answered? Matter of fact, take all of these questions, put them on a spreadsheet. Put them on a Google document and send them to the police. Get them to a detective, a news station or something, and tell them that y'all are not stopping until you got an answer to every single one of these damn questions on this page. Y'all ain't asking the right questions. That's why you're not getting the right answers. Yes, PIs can get phone records. For the most part, I think most PIs really are like retired detectives and stuff like that. If they have certain clearance, they can, I believe. If not, the police can. This is why I'm really confused that the police haven't tried to follow a digital trail before they automatically mark this an accident. Okay. How long after the cabin did the incident occur? Leads to what happened during that time. So what went wrong? When you left the cabin, during the cabin, whatever happened, what went wrong? Are there gaps or is it continuous? Like, these are questions that you are asking back to her, right? Are there gaps in what went wrong in what you're telling me? Do all of the accounts match the timeline? Everything that she said to everybody, does it match the timeline or is something outside of the timeline? If you're saying you left the cabin at this time, and when you left the cabin, your next stop was to go to the pizza joint. And when you were at the pizza joint, you got some pizza and you got some chicken. And when you left from the chicken, you turned around and went back toward the cabin because why? And then you didn't end up really going to the cabin, or did you go to the cabin where you ended up turned back around in the direction of the pizza place? Because if you were following the witnesses that were on scene that we just covered, that's exactly what they just said. So please help me understand why they allegedly did a whole complete circle. You got the pizza, went back toward the cabin to turn around to go back in the direction of the pizza. Allegedly. What's wrong here? Because time doesn't just pass. It holds answers or it hides them. There are answers hidden in these gaps that y'all are not forcing answers to. The timeline has to make sense. That's why whenever police put together a case, the first thing that they're going to do is put together a timeline of events. Oh, baby, you can't play with me when it comes to no investigation or no discovery. Baby, I watch so much investigation discovery, and my daughter said, Mama, if somebody come up to me and say, look, we got to talk to you about your mama, she said, I'm immediately lawyering up. Because ain't no way I can tell them you don't know how to do what they might say you just did, given this is all you watch all day. Can't make it up. Y'all ain't asking the right questions. The answers y'all need is hidden. And it's hidden because Lulu ain't talking. And ain't nobody made her talk. That's the problem. How you got a suspect and ain't nobody making her talk? She ain't never been a person of interest? How? Not one detective looked at this and said, let's take a moment and say, what if? Let's continue. Can y'all do me a favor real quick, though? Can you do me a really, really, really big favor? You know what? It would be nice if it would have played, but, it's tripping. Yeah, but you weren't even supposed to do that. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, that's what was supposed to happen. Do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button if you will. And the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. You can also go to the home channel and look at the other channels that we have in the Champaign City. Please do that. It's in the VIP lounge. I'm so grateful you are joining me tonight, but let's get back into it. Because this done jump. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. All right. So, what caused the blunt force trauma? Because this is what was being said, right? There was blunt force trauma to the head. What caused it? We ain't established that yet. Y'all really gonna sit back and let the people convince y'all that blunt force trauma was caused by what? Hold on, because let me go back. Some of y'all could just be joining us. Let me go back. Hold on. Hold on. You're telling me that this caused blunt force trauma? Or this, stepping out, causes blunt force? And that's why it's circled, because I don't understand how you get it to your head if your feet are hitting the ground first. Please help me understand how you get blunt force trauma to the back of the head if you're stepping out of a vehicle. But go off, because that's what they're saying, right? Why is it specifically to the rear of the head? That's what was specified, right? Blunt force trauma to the rear of the head. Now, I want to play this for you again, because again, we keep running with this narrative that he stepped out of the car, right? That he jumped out of the car, that he exited a moving car. How exactly do you exit a moving vehicle and get blunt force trauma to the head? Not to the feet. There's no damage to your feet. Only to your head. Right? We going over what don't make sense. Does that align with stepping out of a vehicle? If not, what scenarios What scenarios would align with that injury? See, these are questions you would want to ask her because she's the one that's there. If you don't know how he got the injury, you give me a scenario of how you think the injury occurred. See, you can't catch a person in a lie if they're not talking in order to lie. Yeah, advocates talking, we talking, the bloggers are talking. Auntie Natasha talking, the family talking, the lawyers is talking, the comments is talking, everybody talking but Lulu. How you gonna catch a liar if they don't lie? And I know you done caught her, but see, that was kind of surface level. You gotta get to the nitty gritty of stuff. Because the lies that she told before, see, we heard it from Natasha, and Natasha heard it from somebody else, and they heard, you better come on in, Miss E.T. Somebody please drop some champagne glasses and bottles and streamers and everything in the chat, and welcome our newest member to the Champagne City. Welcome in, baby. Welcome to the Champagne City. Toast with me one time. Thank you for joining me. Y'all listen. Explain to me how this is able to happen. How? With any crime, you got to answer who, what, why, where, when, and how. You gotta answer those questions. You got to. Please tell me where any of these questions have been answered for the police to say, it was an accident. Hold on, because this is the part that pisses me off. Exited moving vehicle. Blunt force trauma to the head. Them two don't even go together. Let's continue. Remember, we going to the beginning and asking the question. Location versus story, right? So now we're going to test the environment against the claim. Where was he found? Where? He was under the bridge. How did he get under the bridge? At what point did he exit the vehicle to end up under the bridge? Remember, in order to catch her in a lie, she gotta lie. In order for her to lie, you gotta ask her questions that's gonna provoke a lie or the truth. Well, he got out the car and then walked under the bridge. How, when half of your skull has been sent through your brain to the front of your skull? Please tell me how. Allegedly, according to them. Because this ain't my story. This is theirs. Right? How? How is he walking? So you telling me, no tea, no shade, and please don't take this the wrong way, because I'm not trying to, but you're telling me that he was the first case of the Walking Dead? Is that what you're telling me? This is what you're telling me, right? Because if in fact you're saying that he had so much damage to the back of his head that it sent skull fractures and fragments from the back of his head to the front, that means it had to go through brain. You're telling me he was able to continue to walk for a period of time before he died? So he was literally in that moment, the Walking Dead. If we are in fact to believe this story. This is why I keep telling y'all, the world is a stage. Question everything. Even what I'm saying. Baby, you better go pull you up a chat GPT and look it up yourself. Because the scene doesn't adjust the story. The story has to fit the scene. We got on our golden chapeaus, baby. We thinking like detectives and he-tectives tonight. We not detectives. The story has to fit the scene. So where did the scene occur at? Y'all don't even know where all this happened at. Where did he actually achieve the blunt force trauma to the head? Did it actually happen at the cabin? And by the time he got into the vehicle, he was actually kind of, how do you say it? The symptoms were starting to flare, the brain swelling and all of that. He was feeling the effects. Is that, how are we saying this happened? She know, but you got to get her to talk in order for you to know. The last verified moment, right? When was the last time he was seen unharmed? Who saw him? What was his condition? What changed between that moment and the next, right? Because somewhere between he was okay and he wasn't, something happened. You still got to establish that something, right? Spiritual Gangster said, did he get out at the pizza place or not? Because is there actual footage? That is really my question. Because again, right now, all we got is speculation. And I refuse to get excited and bent all out of shape over speculation, and there's no proof. There's no receipts. There's just a bunch of talking. We can talk. We can analyze. But at the end of the day, what I want you to know is it ain't no video footage. So all we have is the word of the individuals who say they were on site and know what happened. That's it. Let's continue. The last conversation. Like, now you got to get into the emotional and the contextual truth. This is what makes the difference between people who really pay attention and people who are really waiting to respond. When you are speaking and communicating, right, there's something called context and culture. And unfortunately, a lot of times we lack both. We talk and we don't have context or culture, which means we don't have a complete understanding of what's going on in the situation. That's what happens when you start talking out the side of your neck, right? Who was the last person to speak with him? It's going to be very important. Outside of Lulu, remember right now she don't count. She lied to us. She already lied to us. I don't care who come out and speak on her behalf or whatever. She already lied to us because she told us this man stepped out the car on his own and got blunt force trauma to the head. So apparently he hit his foot so hard on the ground that it sent a shockwave through his feet, through his ankles, his calves, his knees, his thighs, that's connected to the hip bone, that's connected to the backbone, the spine, through the shoulders, through the neck, through the back of the head, all the way to the back, and exploded it out, is what you're telling me. I'm trying to help y'all help me make it make sense. Look, we trying to make it make sense together. How can that go like that? How? What was said? Was there tension? Was there fear? Was there urgency? Does that conversation support or contradict the current narrative? This is why I keep telling you, it is very important to understand what the argument was about. Because how do you go from the videos that I showed y'all where they were so happy in love, so happy-go-lucky, playing games, and he got these stickers on the side of the cabin. He done planned this whole romanticness, just tenderism. See, that's the problem. Some of you fellas just tenderism over these girls. You don't even have your eyes open until it's way too late. See, the problem is y'all be thinking that the problem is these men out here, because these men out here acting like damn Tasmanian devils can't take damn no for an answer. But au contraire, mon frere, some of these fillies out here, baby, you'd rather be alone with a cat, a bird, a dog, and a goldfish rather than let shorty into your life. Because when you did, you learned what cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs really stood for. But I told y'all that's because y'all music don't teach y'all shit. That's why. Our music gave us instructions. Y'all music don't teach us nothing. Our music told us never trust a big butt and a smile. Didn't they tell y'all that? Poison. That girl is poison. Y'all music tell y'all give them throat babies. We are not the same. We are not the same at all. What was said? Because people don't just speak, they signal what's happening around them. This is why you got to pay attention to the people that's in y'all life. See, y'all might not understand, but welcome to the Champagne City. See, the secret in Champagne Secrets is empowerment. So we give empowerment in everything. That's why y'all getting all this empowerment sprinkled in. Pull up, grab a seat, grab one of them glasses of bubbly off the chair over there. Say hi to a few people in the chat. Smile a little bit, because we don't frown and do all that negativity. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. And let's have fun. People don't just speak. They signal what's happening around them. That's why you shouldn't trust people that can't look you in the eye. Because the eyes definitely are the gateway to the soul. That's why you ought to pay attention to more than just what a person says. Because people also speak with their actions. If their words say one thing and their actions say something else, that means they are being led by two different poles. You ain't never gonna get what you need. You always gonna be confused. You confused right now, ain't you? I know. He said he loved me. But then broke your windows. And it's crazy. That's the new thing, that men out here busting windows out. That's shit. Men out here talking about I bust the windows out your car. When that start? Y'all just Control Alt Delete. Let's go back, because none of this was happening when we was watching Reading Rainbow. I'm going to keep saying it. But check your surroundings. Some of y'all sleeping with the enemy. The digital trail that everybody been talking about. Now your law of first mention gets powerful, right? I am a firm believer in the law of first mention. What happened first is always what's most important. Spiritual Gangster said, hold on, let me get it, because I think I'm missing some comments, because y'all is talking to me. Welcome in, Father Locke. His arms and legs should have scars. Absolutely, if he jumped out of a moving vehicle. Have y'all watched Dexter? Y'all ain't watched Dexter? Y'all ain't watched nothing with blood analysis, and ain't no blood here. So, number one, that makes me uncomfortable with him jumping out of a moving vehicle, and the only blunt force trauma that caused him to no longer be here was to his head. How? This is what you have to make sense to me. Father Locke, I was just finna say, Emperor, somebody lying. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only, allegedly. Did he get out at the pizza place? That's what we said. We don't even know. We don't even know. But I do know that if that pizza was all over that ground because it exited that vehicle, she threw it out. She threw it out. That ain't no man thing. Ain't no man arguing with no woman unless he petty. And unless some family member finna come out and tell me, yeah, Dro, that dude was really that dude, but he was petty as hell. Yeah, he would do stuff like get mad and run and take the pizza with him. Yeah, he would do stuff like that because he knew Lulu liked to eat. Yeah, that was unless y'all gonna tell me that, no. That's a woman thing. A woman will get mad and throw your shit out the car. You know she will, because you've done it. Some of y'all been that woman. Basically, she's saying he committed. That's what she's saying. He was going over her. She had some good work being done on his mind. He was not new to the scene or money. She was doing some manipulation on him. I absolutely agree with you. I told y'all the other day, we showed the clip from TMZ where priests from all over the world are flocking to the Vatican and saying they need help because there has been a recent surge, an upsurge, an uprise, an uptake in demonic possessions because people are playing with demonic and tapping into demonic realms and messing with demonic activity. And we've done a few shows on love spells and all these girls doing love spells trying to make someone fall in love with you. Hold on, y'all. Why exactly would you want, looking at their videos, the balance was off? Absolutely. Why exactly would you want someone that you got to do a spell on to hold them to you? I don't want nothing I got to force. I was told if it don't fit, you must have quit. I don't know what you're saying. No, if we not a fit, you can go your way, I can go my way. We can be friends. It's okay. We ain't even got to hate each other. See, the problem is me and y'all different, baby. We different. That's why y'all need to come link up. Baby, I'm cut from a totally different cloth. Y'all ain't never met nothing like me. I promise you. I promise you. Because why? Why does it have to be negative? Why? Their balance was definitely off from the beginning. From the beginning. It was said, hold on one second. It ran away. It was said she was Haitian, very intelligent, going to school to be a lawyer. You can tell she was smart, and that would absolutely make sense if she's going to school to be a lawyer. That's why she's not talking. You know, because she's doing what some of y'all don't know how to do. She's exercising her right to remain damn silent. That's why y'all can't catch her up on nothing. That's why there's no charges being filed. How can you file charges if you can't get her to lie? Right now, you got he said, she said. All she got to do is say, I ain't said that. Unless somebody has her on footage saying what happened, you got he said, she said. And this story has been passed around so many times, no one knows what's the truth anymore. Let's go, though. Digital. What do the texts say? Has anyone even pulled her text messages? Have they pulled his text messages? Anyone? Those are going to be important. Because if she's mad at him, she done text one of her girls. And guess what? Dudes talk to each other too. So if he got into it with her, there's somebody he let know. Who knew? Do the messages show tension? Show normalcy? Was she questioned about who she texts? What about during the trip? Were there any messages that took place during the trip? Look, most women, when they in love, I promise you they have a friend. They got at least one that they are going to text all throughout the trip. Girl, let me tell you, girl. Girl, hold on, girl. Bitch. Y'all know how y'all do. Hold on. Bitch. Girl. I walked in this room, bitch, and there was like, girl, There was roses all over the bed. It was champagne and da da da. Okay, girl, he coming. I'ma hit you back. Bitch, he sleep, girl. Girl. Did you get your girl? Yes, girl. Okay, I'm gonna hit you in the morning. I'm finna go to sleep. They got at least one. Find a lie. Come on, ladies. You know I ain't lying. Even fellas, every now and then might have one dude. Even if he ain't reaching out, he got one dude that's gonna hit him up. Hey man, what's up? What y'all on? Did you put it together for? Did you put it on? Did you handle it? Yeah, real talk. All right, bro, I'll holler. I'm just checking to make sure y'all good. Y'all know y'all in the middle of the damn woods. Nobody? What kind of friends do y'all have? I keep telling y'all. Mo3 told us, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Lulu was a Build-A-Bear too, because the early videos, she didn't look like that. Absolutely. She did absolutely get her body done. Definitely. He was her benefit. Do I think she loved him? Yes. Do I think she was in love with him? No. No, I don't. Do I think she would have spent the rest of her life with him? Yes. Do I feel like this relationship was toxic? Yes. Do I feel like this relationship was volatile? Yes. Do I feel like this is the first time anything like this happened? No. I feel like this time went too far. Phones don't forget. People do. That's why it's important to pull the phones. So I don't understand why the police have not pulled the phones. Or have they, and are they saying they haven't found anything on the phone? First mentioned test. Bring it all together. What was the very first version of events that was told, right? Who told it? Now remember, we got it from Natasha. Natasha got it from Marshala. Marshala got it from Renee. Renee got it from Lulu. According to Natasha. Right? Who told it? I just gave you the chain of events. Has the version changed over time? No. Only thing that's changed is what people have added into the original story. If the first account was off, what does that mean for everything that followed? And when I mean no, I mean everyone from the family who has been telling the stories have been saying the same things. The stories have changed from Lulu. This is what they were told. He got out of the vehicle on his own, ended up with blunt force trauma to the head, right? The first version isn't just a detail. It's a foundation. And if the foundation shifts, the entire structure is compromised. This is why you got to be careful when you're covering stories, that you don't start mixing fact with fiction, that you don't start mixing fact with your story based on the facts. See, a lot of even my commentary right now is my story based on the fact, because we don't have all of the facts. We don't. Even if you took everything that I'm presenting to you now and took it to a lawyer would look at you and tell you everything that you got is all circumstantial. There's nothing I can do with it. I can piece together what could have happened, what should have happened, what might have happened, what I think happened, and all of that. And at the end of the day, ain't nothing they can do with it in court. I should have had my doggone thing up here, because it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court. Now, maybe, just maybe, The real question isn't what happened at the end. It's what wasn't right at the beginning. So now I need y'all to stop and think. What about this story from the beginning was not right? These are the questions that you got to start asking. These are the questions that you got to force the police to answer. I told y'all, screenshot these questions. I don't care. Long as you get justice for Dro. Get answers. I don't care. That's why I'm putting them out there. It's the whole reason why you're a content creator, so that other people can react to your content. We just hope that people with same minds react the right way. Some of y'all just twisted and demented. You ain't had no pecker, no putty tat, no hug, no kiss, no sugar. The last time you smiled was when you took a shit because you got a release. Some of y'all just negative and hell bent on being negative. There's not a positive bone in your body. But I promise you, if you stay linked up with the Champagne City, I'm going to turn your whole world upside down. Because I'm tired of all the negativity. Sick of it. Some of y'all just need to heal. You got to stop and think about the beginning. What wasn't right? Ask yourself those questions. What was wrong from the inception of the story? Do you know, number one, where it went wrong? Where did the injury occur? We don't know if it happened in the vehicle. We know he wasn't hit by no damn vehicle. For those that look, let me crush this for y'all real quick. There's no way he stepped out of a vehicle and got injury to the head. None. If there is, police, please show the proof. And I'll come back and say, y'all, I was wrong. My imagination imagined to the left and it should have went right. I promise you I will. There's no way to step out of a vehicle and get blunt force trauma to the head. There's no way for him to get hit by a vehicle. Do you know why? Because upon impact, your body is going to go forward, not backward. So the first thing to hit the ground upon impact is not going to be your head. There's no way to get hit by a car unless you're already on the ground. And then where did the blunt force trauma come from if you're already on the ground? Doesn't make sense. Let's continue. Now, walk me through your day. Now we have Lulu in interrogation. We gonna pretend she's in interrogation right now, because right now she's the prime suspect, right? If the case is what it is, she is the prime suspect. Hold on one second, y'all.
Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss, powered in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide.
Thank y'all so much for holding. All right, so these are the questions. We got her in interrogation. I got my she-tectives in the room. I got my he-tectives in the room. Now we finna start asking some questions, right? Walk me through the day. And what I want y'all to do, and even in my replay gang, I want y'all to drop in the comments. And if y'all got some questions that I have not put on any of these screens, I want you to drop them in my comments. And I promise you I'm going to put together a screen of all of y'all questions of this don't make no sense, right? That's what it's going to be called. Walk me through the day from start. What was the overall vibe before you left, right? This is important because you need to know how the day started. This is what you want to know. What did y'all do? Did y'all laugh? Was there intimacy? Were y'all playful? Was there tension? Did something happen the night before? Number 2, at what point did things start to feel different? Let them identify the moment without you suggesting conflict. So you don't want to confront her with conflict. We're going to ask her, hey, at what point did you notice something shifted? Niecy B, who said, let's get this money, and who was they talking to? 3, exactly. That was Niecy. I'm sorry, that was Lulu, and she was talking to Dro. Hold on one second. Do I still have it? If I don't have it uploaded, I'll make sure it's uploaded for part 2 on tomorrow. Okay? But that was Lulu. She said it to Dro because she presented him, I believe on his birthday, with a money order where I want to say she either was giving him the money to pay for his LLC or she had purchased his LLC. So when she presented him with it, she said, let's get this money. So that's where that came from when she kept telling him, let's get this money. Okay. Number 3, do you remember what you all were talking about right before that? So right before the conflict happened, before it got heated, what were you talking about? Because arguments don't just happen. There's something that leads up to it. What led up to this argument? What were you discussing right before it went from peaceful to hell? 4, where was everyone sitting in the car? And who was driving? Do you know why asking a question like this is important? Number 1, it locks in position. Number 2, it determines who is driving. Number 3, it locks in and determines how many people were in the car. See, this is an answer the police could have got from day 1 had they asked the question. Maybe the question y'all should really be asking is why the police aren't asking these questions. I'm not asking any question on any of these screens that y'all haven't seen on a Law and Order, that you haven't seen on a Criminal Intent, a Criminal Minds. They always want to know, where was everybody sitting in the car? Oh, it was 4 of y'all in the car. Show me a diagram. Where was everybody sitting? Who was driving? Oh, okay. Remember, you can't catch her in a lie if you don't get her to talk. If she's not talking, she can't answer questions. If she can't answer questions, she ain't gonna lie. But if y'all are telling me this girl is in school to be a lawyer, she ain't answering nothing for you. Do you recall about how fast the car was going or what the traffic was like? It's important because it establishes that there's the potentiality of more people out there who really saw what happened. Number 2, but number 1, it establishes how fast the car was going when the altercation took place. Because remember, when you're angry, if you're in a car and you're arguing and you're behind the wheel, you ain't slowing down, you're speeding up. And you're not doing it on purpose, you're doing it unconsciously because you're angry. It's instinct. It happens automatically. Number 6, what did you personally see happen next? Right? You need to get her account. She need to talk to you and tell you out her eyes what happened. He stepped out of the car. Did he? Head first? Feet first? He slipped? Did the car door fling open by accident? Is your car door broken? Is the handle, does it stay engaged? Like, you know, if you push it, will it open by accident? Did he fall out and you thought he took a step? You need her to give you exact details on how he exited this car. Let me see. How fast were you going? That's going to be important. Again, I'm telling you, I don't think that vehicle was only going 25 miles per hour. I don't. Remember, we've already established we don't believe her story. She lied to us already. So if we don't believe Dro stepped out of the moving vehicle on his own, why would we believe the vehicle was only going 25 miles an hour? I don't know. That's just me. It's just me. Let me know what you think. If you think the vehicle might have been going faster, give me a champagne bottle in the glass in the chat. Y'all, we gonna be virtually drunk as hell by the time this doggone live is over with. But that's all right. Some of y'all need some bubble to bubble, cork to cork in y'all life. Y'all been frowning and angry and bitter too long. Y'all need a community of people that's pushing you with positivity so you can experience joy again. You need to step outside and not see the gloom. You need to see the colors. Feel the sun on my skin. That's what y'all need. Number 7. What was the immediate reaction right after that? You need to know what was her reaction. Let me tell y'all another reason why it, to me, is quite implausible that he stepped out of this moving car, right? Because if he stepped out of the moving car, walk with me. I'm going somewhere. Follow me, y'all. If he stepped out of a moving car, that means unless the back of your windshield is completely blacked out and you cannot see out of it, that means everything that happened when he stepped out of that car, from the time you pulled off to the time you got to where you allegedly went, you were able to see it. You could see it. So because you were able to see it, you need to let us know, what did you personally see happen next? When he stepped out of the car, did he stumble in the road? Did he stumble to the sides? Did he immediately drop? What did you see? Do you know why that's going to be important? Because if she saw the condition that he was in and she continued to go in the direction she was going without stopping, that establishes her mindset and what she did or did not care about in that exact moment when he was in distress. Oh, girl, I be trying. She said, I like it over here. You need to look into doing audiobooks. Girl, you could read and be a good FemC. I love your voice. Thank you. Y'all, I ain't even gonna kid. Look, the reason this is called the Champagne City is because we have so many different sectors and so many different sections. We actually have a sector and a section in the Champagne City. It's called Night Secrets. And in that section, we do like nighttime affirmations. I got to start getting back into it. So if you like to go to sleep with positive affirmations or, ASMR mouth sounds or the sound of rain, I'm going to get back into doing some story times over there too. Because, I got some books that I got self-published. So we're going to start on Wednesdays. So make sure you link up. On Wednesdays, we're going to start doing our Biz Fizz. So it's going to be all about business. Wednesdays, we generally focus on our mental wellness. It's our Wellness Waves Wednesdays. But we're going to get into business because some of my Champagne gang have contacted me about writing a book. And it's not going to be charged. No, you just come in like a regular show. And we're going to talk about getting you guys published and how to get started with writing your own book. All right? So come on in. And business. You got business ideas. Look, I'm a business strategist. So that's what I do. Help you get businesses started and all that. Let's get it. Look, Agent Orange tripping. Y'all gonna be broke. Y'all keep waiting on Agent Orange to make something happen for y'all. And keep waiting for these clocks that y'all punching to help get y'all out the holes y'all in. You gotta start making a way. Pave your own way. Stop waiting on them to do it. Not in 2026. Not in the city. So link up. Number 7. You need to know what her reaction was, because that's going to be important. Because if she saw him in distress and just kept driving, but I love him. Number 8, when you last saw him, how did he look or seem? Again, this is going to be important because it's going to follow what you saw out of your review. Number 9, had there been any messages or conversations earlier that stood out to you? Number 10, what did you think happened to Tyrone Davis? You need her to give her account of exactly what happened and what she thinks happened. Again, remember, if she's not talking, she cannot lie. You cannot catch her in a lie if she is not telling a lie. She's not going to tell a lie if she is not talking. You got to get to the bottom of all of these gaps that took place in the beginning. In the beginning, did it happen in the cabin? Did it happen in the car? Where did it happen at? What exactly happened? How did he get injury to the back of the head? Blunt force trauma. That meant something blunt hit him in the... Y'all, don't piss me off. I'm really just trying to make it live for y'all. But blunt force trauma should really give you all the answer that you need in this case and this situation. Because how else do you get blunt force trauma to the back of the head unless you're hit with something blunt? 2 + 2 = 4, right? So how do we establish that he did this to himself? How? Please. Wait a second. It's okay. It don't even want to come up no more. See how I be tripping? Just tripping. All right, this one. The conversation, the argument. The argument is going to be important. Do you remember the last clear thing he said before everything happened? Again, you know why I'm repeating these questions? Because when you're in an interrogation, they're going to repeat the same thing over and over to you in different ways to see if you give the same answer no matter what way the question is asked. It's the way it works. Was everyone engaged in the conversation, or were some people quiet? See, this is going to make her either slip up and say somebody else was there, which you need to know, or she's going to say, no, it was just us. Nobody else was there. Nobody else was in this. It's going to let you know what the tone is, the participation, and the emotional temperature of the room. That's what you're looking for in this moment, right? Then you're looking for movement versus action. When that moment happened, did the car slow down at all? Or was it still moving the same? You know why this is important? All right. Golden chapeau is on, right? All right. So, I'm Lulu. I'm driving the car. I have a cast on a foot, right? I'm driving. I'm arguing with my significant other. Now, I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all. I'm arguing with my significant other. I may be angry with him. Let's just say she found something in his phone that she going off about. Or let's say he found something in her phone that he's going off about, and now she's so angry that he pushing her that she fighting back. You know what I'm saying? They tussling. Are you maintaining the same speed while all of this is going on? Are you slowing down? Are you speeding up? Is the car shaking? Are you zigzagging in the road? You need to know all this, right? How are you able to do this? You got a cast on. You're controlling the car. It's important. Did anyone react immediately to the car itself or to what was happening inside? You need to know this. Did anybody else come forward? Because there's no way that they were alone on this doggone street and nobody saw anything. This is going to expose whether the story matches real human reaction time. Because the first version, again, isn't just the detail, it's the foundation. Y'all got to establish a foundation, and we still don't have one. Right? Let's go. We did them questions. Let me make sure that's it. Those are the questions that I have. Now, what I want to do, because we going on midnight. I got to be at work tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow, what I want to do is I want to get into this autopsy report that's been released. Shout out to Nothing But the Truth. Please go like and subscribe over there. Y'all listen, let me tell y'all something about Nothing But the Truth. Because as y'all can already tell, see, I'm not a content creator. I'm a producer. I like to produce. If you go on to Champaign City, you're going to see a segment over there called Holly Weird Untold. And you're going to see videos that I produced. And we go back and talk about Holly Weird been weird since way before Diddy. That's what provoked that series. So we go back to old Holly Weird and look at child stars who have been abused and how Holly Weird has been tearing down kids and adults since forever, right? I'm a producer, so whenever I go to somebody's channel and it's production value, y'all, I be awed. It's just immediate like, subscribe, share. So please go over there and subscribe to her because that's where we get this information from. But we're going to be going through all of this stuff on tomorrow. So please do me a favor. Hit that. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to come back up. Hold on. Let me see. There you go. Hit that like and subscribe button for me and also that notification bell. So you'll be notified whenever we jump into whichever sector we jump into in the Champaign City for another show. Consider supporting the channel. The Cash App was on the screen. It might be hiding behind something, but it is in the description of every video. We do also have a Discord, which is going to be our community section. There will be a section over there that's devoted strictly for Tyrone Davis. So if you guys have any information, you'll be able to drop it over there so that we can include it into our stories. Hit the like button for me. I think there's a hype button on the video that you might be able to hype up the video. I would greatly appreciate it. To my Champagne gang and my FizzFam, thank you for joining us one more time for a sip, savor, and spill. Till next time, always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise that glass, clink, and let's drink. Until we meet again. Ta-ta.
Confidence dripping to the towel floor. Every baby in your baritone. Got my eye heels clicking like a metronome. Champagne and still on my lips. Dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over his rise. Sweet like nectar when we could champagne and silk on my lips. Watch the whole damn town submit. Champagne on my tongue, silk on my skin undone. You lean in, say my name like a secret, like a sin. Coconut glow on your collarbone, salt on your lips, I taste home. You say right, let the night decide. I slide in the passenger side. Yeah. Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips, watch the whole downtown submit. Yeah, I'm that night rider, low-key lavish. Your gold teeth grin, bad habits. You that eyelid spell sweet static. Turn a calm heart problematic. Tongue like a passport stamp, every word leave a mark on your back. You pour that fizz on the curve of my neck, I call that liquid respect. You taste like summer in a slow pour. Sip, I sip. Confidence dripping to the towel floor. We lit, we lit. Every baby in your baritone. Got my high heels clicking like a metronome. Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mid. Yeah. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips, watch the whole damn pound submit. Sweet like nectar. Hey, die, die.
They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Yeah. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to ride us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Edge control on bathroom sink, freedom notes and colored ink. Brother's face sharp as a blade, dreams tucked tight in a second-hand J's. Dark skin glow in the midday heat. Whole world built on these tired feet. History books skip whole scenes. We kept recording our genes. The blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to ride us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. Say it for the kids with the wide nose, wide dreams. Say it for the lips, for the hips, for the deep scene. For the lows, for the twist, for the press, for the free. Every king, that's a dynasty. Make it race with the sun done kissed, the embrace with the drum insist. With the book, not the single page, with the fire, not just the flame.